Hello, everyone. I thought, in light of what's going on politically right now, in the aftermath of the most recent mass shooting on the campus in Oregon, I thought that I would discuss the Second Amendment. What exactly does it say, and what doesn't it say? And why is it so widely contested and claimed to by so many people? Well, the amendment itself simply says that we have the right to a well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, and the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now, there's some things that it does not say, and as was pointed out in U.S. v. Cruikshank in 1875, the Supreme Court ruled that the right to bear arms is not granted in the Constitution. All it says is that the rights of the citizens to have arms will not be infringed by Congress. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, for one thing, it says it is not a natural right, it's not a God-given right for someone to have a gun. But Congress is not going to take that right away. And that's something that's being debated right now with these mass shootings, with the ability of guns now to become more readily available to people, and their ability to cause mass casualties. They're saying, well, who should have the guns? When should they have them? And why? And I think what's important is that this debate's been won all the way throughout history. Now, the Supreme Court's had some other rulings in regards to the Second Amendment. Some notable ones would be the District of Columbia v. Heller in 2008, or McDonald v. Chicago in 2010. Now, the District of Columbia v. Heller in 2008, the Supreme Court ruled that the Second Amendment codified a pre-existing right, and it protects the individual's right to possess a firearm unconnected with the service in a militia, and to use that arm for traditionally lawful purposes, such as self-defense within a home. But it also said that the right is not unlimited. It is not a right to keep and carry any weapon whatsoever in any manner whatsoever or for whatever purpose. It's saying your ability to defend yourself within your home, that is your right, that is well within your right. You are justified within the law. But it does not necessarily grant you the ability to walk around with a weapon. Now, for me personally in South Carolina, in order for me to carry a weapon around on my person, I have to go and get a concealed weapons permit. I feel like that is relatively universal for all states. But beyond that, what the Supreme Court says here in 2010 is anything beyond that is not within your right. And then again, in McDonald versus Chicago in 2010, the court ruled that the Second Amendment limits state and local governments to the same extent that it limits the federal government. What it's saying is, to the same level that the federal government cannot infringe upon my right to have a gun for self-defense, state governments can't either. And that's important in some of the gun bans, which is how it came up in Chicago. It'll be interesting over the next 20 to 30 years to see how the Second Amendment continues to be interpreted, depending on who is in the Supreme Court. And that's something we'll have to wait and see.